Today, I want to take a closer look at Nvidia. More importantly, earlier this year, Nvidia announced DGX Cloud, which is a clouding solutions that allows enterprise to pretty much rent out Nvidia's infrastructure and software solution via web browser. And a lot of people might see this as competition for the cloud server providers like Microsoft, like Google, like Amazon. On today's episode, I want to take a closer look at this, and we actually got a response from Nvidia's top management on how they see this DGX Cloud, and is it really a competition against big tech giants? Let's take a closer look in today's episode. So I think the first thing to start off is understanding DGX Cloud, right? And this was announced on March 21st of 2023, so roughly 6 months ago. I can't believe we're already in September, but we can see Nvidia launches DGX Cloud, giving every enterprise instant access to AI supercomputer from a browser. And they do mention that they're partnering up with big cloud server providers like Oracle Cloud to run NVIDIA AI supercomputing instances, and companies like Microsoft and Google's and others will soon host DGX Cloud in the upcoming quarters. And I do believe a lot of them started to pop out already. And just for those that are not familiar, DGX Cloud provides dedicated clusters of NVIDIA's DGX A supercomputing paired with NVIDIA AI software. The DGX Cloud customers can kind of rent it out on a monthly basis. And we can see one of the cool things about this is that you can scale superclusters of over 32,000 GPUs. DGX Cloud also features support from NVIDIA experts throughout the AI development pipeline. Customers can work directly with NVIDIA engineers to optimize their models and quickly resolve development challenges across a broad range of industry use cases. We can also see that enterprises may manage and monitor DGX Cloud via NVIDIA's base command platform, and they will be using NVIDIA Enterprise, which is the software layer of the NVIDIA AI platform, right? So right off the bat, we can see that this is pretty cool. They are kind of partnering up with these cloud server providers to host them, but pretty much this is a cloud server providing solution. So if you kind of look at it at a top level place, it does seem like they are competing with companies like Google, like Amazon, like Microsoft, and the list goes on and on. But what really makes sense, what really kind of showcased this is this DGX is showcasing the strength of NVIDIA's superpower, right? You're getting NVIDIA's AI software with their enterprise. You're getting NVIDIA's DGX, which is their supercomputing hardware, their networking, their GPUs, their networking solution, the list goes on and on. And you also get the ability to scale things at a supercluster of over 32,000 GPUs. And that's something that you can't really do with other solutions out there. So we can definitely see how DGX Cloud can be seen as a competition for the other cloud service providers. Now, before I take a closer look at what management had to say about this in a recent kind of conference, I want to say thank you guys for the support. We just hit 27.8 thousand subs. I'm trying to hit 30,000 by the end of the year. So if you haven't, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have, just hit a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts on NVIDIA. Also, you guys know me. I have a master's degree in electrical engineering. I've worked at some pretty cool places. I do weekly exclusive videos on my semiconductor membership. Click join to learn more. If you want a special offer, check out fool.com/Jose. If you want a free weekly newsletter, josenaharo.substack.com. And for semiconductor news, check out semiconductorwatch.com. Finally,
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
so now is this really competition? And I want to say, obviously, the answer is going to be no, but the brain work that's happening here and how strong, in my opinion, or how bullish this makes me of NVIDIA is this is a company that's thinking like 20 steps ahead. So on September 5th, about 2 days ago, NVIDIA was at the Goldman Sachs Communication and Technology Conference. And during the Q&A session there, one of the Goldman Sachs analysts, I think his name was Toshiya Hari, asked about NVIDIA's recent introduction of the DGX Cloud and seeking clarification on its role and potential competition with NVIDIA customers. And the first thing that Malnavir, which is one of the leads there at NVIDIA, mentioned that, look, we are not competition with cloud server providers. NVIDIA emphasizes that NVIDIA has no intentions of competing with cloud server providers. Instead, they view cloud server providers as some of their most significant partners with whom they collaborate on numerous projects. And you might be like, Jose, how are they collaborating with this project? And I think they gave a backstory of how they actually came up with DGX Cloud. So first, we need to go back a little bit, and just so you guys can understand the craziness of how smart this team is. So first, let's start off with the DGX. So for those that are not familiar with the DGX, these are these supercomputers pretty much, right? They are these accelerated servers that come with numerous NVIDIA GPUs and numerous NVIDIA networking solutions, numerous kind of other hardware. It comes with other players' CPUs. So DGX was presented as a new way of thinking about accelerated computing. It isn't just about chips or system, instead it encompasses networking software and more. And the reason they created this DGX platform is before, just a few years ago, a lot of the traditional system manufacturers like Dell, like HP, and all the other players that are creating these supercomputers or the manufacturers of these systems, they were primarily focused on non-accelerated computing. So they were just doing your traditional kind of CPU server. So DGX served as a model showing how accelerated computing could be integrated into systems. So about a few years ago, the market was still just pretty much unaccelerated. To this day, the market is still mainly unaccelerated in forms of servers. So NVIDIA decided to showcase, hey, look, why don't we showcase how strong of a demand there is for accelerated computing? And let's actually create this blueprint. So they created what is known as like the DGX system. We have the DGX A100, we have the DGX H100, which is pretty much a full server being ready to build, ready to go and send out and start kind of accelerating computing. So they mentioned that the role of DGX, instead of being a flagship product, DGX played as a role of a scout team, they mentioned, guiding the way for other manufacturers. Once these manufacturers recognized the market potential, NVIDIA happily passed on the secret sauce of DGX, encouraging them to create and sell their own accelerated system. I think that's insane, right? So they went out there, they made it seem like they were entering this market of kind of system manufacturing, but what they were really doing is just showcasing that there is a demand for accelerated computing. And then what they ended up doing is partnering up with these big players, Dell, HP, and said, hey, look, you guys see that this is a huge, huge market. There is a huge demand for accelerated computing. Here's the blueprint. Now you guys can go out there and build your own DGX H100s and sell them to your customers. The great thing about them is, for NVIDIA, it showcases the strength of accelerated computing. So they're selling tons of GPUs, they're selling tons of networking solutions, and they're selling tons of other software solutions that come with this platform. So I think that was a smart move. Now they're saying that, hey, look, we're kind of following the same method with kind of the cloud server providers. So like we saw, NVIDIA has more than just hardware. They have software solution, they have large language models for AI market, and the list goes on and on. So what NVIDIA decided to do is first they decided to create these superpods, these huge, huge kind of data center solutions. So DGX Cloud, the thought process behind DGX Cloud was to extend the Scout team model to the cloud, especially given the rise of AI applications. So NVIDIA proposed to cloud server providers that they should integrate NVIDIA's DGX technology into their cloud infrastructure to introduce the next step in computing. So again, a lot of these data centers and cloud server providers, there were probably a lot of unaccelerated workloads. Now with the huge workload of AI, NVIDIA went to these cloud server providers and said, look, give me some place to host, and I will showcase to you that there is a market, and there is a market for our products that come with the software, the ability to introduce numerous of clusters, 32,000 GPUs connected as a single GPU, right? So NVIDIA was like, look, let me showcase you that there is this market for our products, for our AI accelerating computing, and then from there on, maybe you can see what that happens. So they ended up releasing this DGX Super Cloud, and it was more of the Scout team. And now what ends up happening is DGX Cloud was aimed at offering a glimpse into the future of computing, showcasing how network, storage, and other elements could work in harmony in a data-centric environment. So the ultimate goal was NVIDIA envisions cloud server providing observing how good this DGX Cloud operation would go, and then they would be like, "Hey, Nvidia, this is actually a pretty good move." Then they start giving. Then Nvidia's like, "Oh, you like it a lot. Here's the blueprint for it. Here's how you can build your own." Now start scaling them out on their own, and now they become even a bigger customer of Nvidia. So I think this is pretty interesting. It kind of showcases how Nvidia at some time, it makes it seem like they're entering as a competition into a market, but what they're really doing is they're just trying to build a new market within itself, kind of making it as a scout team more of like, hey, data analysis that show, hey, look, there is a market out here. And then they go to these big players that are already in this market and give them the blueprint and say, hey, look, just buy our products. We can give you this blueprint. There is a market out here, and we'll gladly share the secret sauce to you. So I think this is pretty cool. Right off the bat, we can definitely see now that, hey, look, NVIDIA is not competing with the likes of these large cloud server providers. When I originally heard of NVIDIA's DGX Cloud, I actually thought that they were competing with cloud service providers, but the way management explained it, I believe this is even better. And it's insane the thought process that NVIDIA's team goes to kind of create this new market and then be able to sell that or give that secret sauce out for free, so then companies can kind of enter that market. And at the long term, NVIDIA becomes the big winner because they end up selling numerous GPUs, numerous software solutions, numerous infrastructure solutions, and the list goes on and on. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was a little bit more breakdown on the DGX Cloud. I hope if you guys haven't, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.